Bonjour tout le monde. Aujourd'hui, c'est jeudi, le 27 avril. Première chose, first thing, did you complete your flip video from yesterday? If not, that should be your first priority today. Il y a une discussion avec Aujourd'hui dans l'Histoire et une interro, a listening quiz about the video that we watched earlier this week entitled Le Weekend. Donc, aujourd'hui, c'est jeudi le 27 avril. En 1848, la France a aboli l'esclavage. Aboli l'esclavage. Abolished slavery. Pour la deuxième fois. La deuxième fois, the second time, which was also la dernière fois, the last time. Pendant la Révolution française, during la Révolution française, le gouvernement révolutionnaire a aboli l'esclavage dans toutes les colonies et territoires français. Okay, la Révolution française brought about a new form of government that was no longer a monarchy as it had been before. So, that meant that along with the rights of people who were not part of the monarchy, the government decided to abolish slavery. Le gouvernement révolutionnaire a aboli l'esclavage dans toutes les colonies. Now, slavery was not a huge, well, it might have been. I'm not quite sure. I don't think it was a huge issue in mainland France and Europe, but it was a big issue in the French colonies where they had crops like coffee and cocoa beans and stuff like that. And they would exploit workers there who were the indigenous people of those places that France had colonized, and they would use them as slaves. So having it abolished in the colonies et les territoires, also places that were outside of France, places that were islands oftentimes where growing crops of different sorts was a very common thing. Those were the places that they needed to abolish slavery the most. So everywhere in France, including those outlying colonies, were in all of the places, slavery was abolished. Now, there were plenty of other things that le gouvernement révolutionnaire did that were pretty crazy, but this at least was one good thing. Pardon. So at that point in time, pendant la Révolution française, la Révolution française a duré de 1789 jusqu'en 1792. So at that point in time, le gouvernement révolutionnaire a aboli l'esclavage. So at that point, slavery was gone. Mais en 1802, Napoleon Bonaparte, you've probably heard of him, he after the revolution, there was a lot of instability in France in terms of what the government was going to be like. Napoleon put a stop to that instability, but brought about some other issues. Here's one of them. Napoléon Bonaparte a légalisé l'esclavage pour des raisons économiques. So he legalized it. Well, duh, pour des raisons économiques, because obviously France could make more money if they were exploiting workers in these colonies where there were crops that they couldn't grow in Europe. So absolutely not a good reason at all, but that was the reasoning he used, pour des raisons économiques. Okay, bon, les deux questions, which will be a lot easier if you're watching this video and not just going it alone. During what period in French history was slavery abolished for the first time? And then who was responsible for bringing it back in 1802? Okay, dernière chose, last thing. Aujourd'hui, il y a une interro. This is on the video about Le Weekend with Alice Ayel. The Google form that you completed yesterday about Le Weekend. So you watched the video with Alice Ayel and you answered some questions about Le Weekend. So then I put together this Write and Discuss, which is more just kind of a summary. We didn't really discuss it, but so this is what you're going to use to then answer the vrai ou faux questions in this quiz link. It's also linked in a Schoology assignment. And once you finish that, you are good to go for today. Merci. Au revoir.